Hi all, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I am going to talk about how to install the Java samples into MotiveWave. So here we go. So first thing you gotta do is do note, if you go to this post here, you will be able to figure out where to download this from. So it's right here on this Google Drive. So obviously you just click that guy, download it here to wherever you want it to go. Okay, so let me just remind you, if you are interested in these type of topics, MotiveWave is probably one of the best training platforms out there. Just go over to quantlabs/books, /book, and then get yourself a bunch of books, PDFs, and whatnot to help you get onto this journey, fill all your details, and get on our email list. Okay, so continuing along with that, next thing you gotta do is, if you go over to the PDF for the MotiveWave Software Development Kit Programming Guide, what you'll get there is, starting on page 77, how to load these samples in. And let me just show you that. So here in the PDF, as I said, go to page 77. Now, if you're new to Java, this is the official language that MotiveWave uses for their SDK, their software development kit, or SDK. And from there, I guess you'd have to be a fairly experienced Java developer. There's many different IDEs that you can load up. These are integrated development environments. So this one they have an example of is Eclipse. There's other options of NetBeans, IntelliJ, JCreator, and so on. I'm just going to follow the instructions here at Eclipse. So I would recommend you to start at page 77, and then when you, all you got to really do is do this. So these are the results. These are all of these studies that you have access to. These are the ones that you would typically need to program, and then whatever ones you're going to use and whatever parameters you're going to set, you'll have to set them in here in this EMA, or what's the one I got, MA. So let me just show you here the EMA. Let me just show you a couple of these. So obviously these are structured a little differently in each class and method. So let me just see if we can find an SMA. So not sure how these work, but in here somewhere you're going to need to figure out how to trigger the combination, the results of each of these sample studies, and then be able to program it where you have the ability to trigger the order. Now, I've already put up a blog post on this. Let me see here. Let's go to the blog. If you're on the podcast, all you gotta do is go to the into the this article here called "SDK is the only way to automate order with MotiveWave." So here in this link here, under the support at MotiveWave itself in the forum, man, okay, there we go. There was a question about this, and it pretty well confirms. See, person asks, not being a programmer, risk I expose myself to rolling my own. Even testing is something comfy with. I'm also fairly new to MotiveWave. I knew some studies have signals, so that's what we're talking about, are these studies, which are these guys here that I'm talking about here that you can download under study. In there, is there a workaround to have signals trigger orders, bonus points if you can stop and or trailing stop? So there is support from Joe There's no way out of the box for MotiveWave to allow signals to trigger orders with the use of custom study and strategy. That's why they made the source code available for studies in Java. The only way to accomplish this is via using the SDK. If you're not comfortable programming it yourself, you can always recommend a Java programmer to you. So this is what we're talking about. So these are your studies, all these combinations that you will have to load them and customize them for your triggers. So as I was doing and got sidetracked here, let me see. Okay, so we're on, let's go over to page 77. This is the SDK Programmer's Guide. So as I said, we're using this thing, Eclipse, and all we got to do is create a new project, as in File, New, Java Project. Okay. From there, and this will what this the PDF manual will explain this to you. Put your project name in using this JRE, and location is usually in the default wherever you set your workspace when you load up Eclipse. And then from there, once you have it in this package explorer, and you'll have an empty one here, all you gotta do is right click, import, and typically you want to use archive file, and wherever you set or downloaded your zip file, this guy here, MotiveWave Studies, you open it, and you can include everything that's in the subfolder, and just go finish, and it should import everything into here. Okay, so that's pretty well it, what I want to show you there. Just give you a synopsis on how to do the studies, and then at the same time merge all these different studies that you want, and then from there build your rules to trigger your orders. Hopefully this will hopefully help you out. Talk to you later.